Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV. We can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our 2015 Women's Motorcycle Gloves and Boots Buyer's Guide at RevZilla.com. In this video, I'm going to walk through boots and gloves, a best of for 2015, all focused on women. We've narrowed down the sea of choices based on our riding, our research, and our expert opinion. So whether you're just starting out or you're looking to make an upgrade, we're going to make the choices a little bit easier around a mixture of style, function, and price. Now keep in mind, we're going to start with gloves today, so if you want to skip ahead to boots, click right here and go to the second portion of our guide. Also note this is part of our larger guide series at RevZilla.com. Helmets, jackets, boots, gloves, tires, the best of in all of the key categories to make it easier to make that choice when you're upgrading or changing out your gear. Now first up on the glove side of things, and remember, we're going to give you a handful of styles, handful of prices. These are all staple picks. If you pick any one of these, if they meet your budget or your requirement, they're going to be a rock solid choice. First up is the Dainese Air Hero at around the $95 mark. We look at it as our staple pick for two-season hot weather sport-oriented riding. If we look at it, handful of colors available. It's got that aggressive Dainese style to it, but you're looking at a mixture of goatskin as well as mesh, so it's going to flow a ton of air. So great late spring, all summer, early fall, hotter season, but also going to be short. Work with a leather jacket, work with a textile jacket, and you'd have a blacked out version to complement that as well. Again, if you're on a bit more of a budget and you want to take a step back from that $90, $95 price point, look at the Alpinestars SMX2 Air Carbon, although that's going to work in some Clarino and synthetic suede, in my opinion, not going to be as protective as the Dainese Air Hero for ladies. Moving on from that, a little bit of a step forward, we go to our classic, blacked out, stealth-oriented short cuff ladies glove. This is the Icon 1000 Hella glove, and the full glove is going to be kangaroo. Now we like it, it was new last year because it's clean and classic. It crosses over style, so whether you're sport, whether you're city, whether you're looking at the cafe racer side of things, it's going to have premium details. It also has a hard shell knuckle. It's just very simple, it's understated, but it's using premium materials. Now in the past, we've seen the Icon Pursuit Stealth, which is going to be a bit of a step back in price, but it doesn't have that kangaroo, which is going to be lightweight, tactily responsive without trading off any of the protective qualities. Again, you're getting that nice upgrade there. You can also look at something like the RSD Riot if you want a little bit more of a fashion inspiration without that hard shell knuckle design. Again, this is the Icon 1000 Hella, full kangaroo. There's also, for around the $150 mark, going to be a full cuffed version. You can get a full gauntlet and stay within kangaroo. So again, two options available in the Icon 1000 Hella. Now moving to the middle of my table, now I work my way into one of my more technical options. This is the RevZilla Chevron glove coming in around the $110 mark. Outside of the bang for the buck factor, this is going to be a 2 to 3 season hot weather performer, but if we look at it, there's a lot of protection here. So I'm going to break it down as really a touring and adventure glove, one of the more technical options we see. Full goatskin, lots of perforation, hard carbon knuckle, and even mid-digitally across the fingers, you're going to see a lot of those TPUs. So again, great protective elements, also great outseam protection here along the lateral side of the hand. So low side environments, these are for high mileage riders, and you can rip it into some light dual sport or adventure riding if you like. It's going to breathe really, really well. So hot weather protection, hot weather ventilation, and then again, allowing your hand to sweat and allow you to stay comfortable as you're riding. Handful of colorways available on the RevZilla Chevron. Been around for a couple years, a staple in that adventure ladies line. Also note that we're going to ship for free over $39 if you're concerned about fit on any of these gloves. They all have a size chart that's going to be associated with them, and watch your detailed breakdown videos for any of the size nuances that might trickle in. Also keep in mind, I'd love it if you click our logo and subscribe to us at RevZilla TV on our YouTube channel. I love your comments, your questions, and your feedback, but more importantly, I'd love to hear from you lady riders, what you might have left out of the conversation or what I might have missed. Now, moving to the left side of my table, now I get back into my sport orientation. It's a full gauntlet, but it's not a track glove. This is the Alpinestars SP2 at around the $120 mark. 4 colors available, full gauntlet for that aggressive street rider, but it's not a double cuff closure. So while you're saving a little bit of cash, you can't take it to the track. Hard shell carbon knuckle, cowhide, as well as goatskin on the palm. You're looking at a 3rd and 4th finger bridge. It's stealing a lot of that race DNA. It's really the apex for the sport rider if they want that full coverage but don't want to invest like a track level glove. Keep that in mind. That's the Alpinestars SP2. It's going to be a perennial favorite. And last up on my table, I take you to the track. This is the RevZilla Ladies Xena glove. And if we look at it, it is fully track ready, fully race ready. Hard shell knuckle design, lots of mid-digital protection. You're looking at a cowhide glove with a goat palm for great tactile response. You also have an aramidec or a Kevlar lining in between the palm of the hand and your hand itself. So again, dual liners. There's also going to be a dual compound honeycomb slider on the heel of the hand to help with sliding, help with abrasion resistance, and help with shock absorption in a crash. Now, there's always a staple in this category that's going to be a step up in price. The Xena is going to be around the $160 mark. You have your Alpine Stars GP Plus around that $180, $190 mark. Again, for you diehard Alpine Stars fans, but for ladies, from a bang for the buck factor and from a technicality factor, it's been very nice to see Revit up their game with the Xena in the last couple years. Keep in mind, you should click here and shop the full collection, watch detailed breakdown videos, and read rider reviews of every glove I've shown you here on the table today as part of our collection at RevZilla.com on our guides page. Next up, we're moving into ladies' boots. Moving into the best boots for ladies in 2015, we've narrowed the field to 6 options. Remember, based on our riding, our research, our expert opinion, but really we tried to break it down so there's something for everybody depending on how you ride, whether it's sport, whether it's touring, whether it's commuting. And one of the things you're gonna see, ladies, as I work through this, is there's going to be some boots that are almost derivative of men's boots. But to make our cut, the ergonomics had to change. So typically wider footbeds, narrower ankles, and a little bit more room for adjustability in the calf to be more ergonomic, comfortable, and supportive for a lady rider. Now, kicking off the charge in 2015 is a brand new boot that we're excited to see in the sport contingent. 2-season, hot weather, sport-oriented. This is the Alpine Stars Stella SMX1. If we look at it, microfiber construction, think of it as a riding sneaker on steroids, CE rated, lateral toe side protection. You're gonna have great protection in both the ankle as well as the heel cockpit. Think of it as a Stella SMX5 cut down in half. It'll look great under a pair of jeans, great under a pair of riding pants, and you can really stretch it as long as you're staying within that warm weather sport-oriented contingent. So think late spring, all summer, early fall. This is the Stella SMX1 at $159, and you have 2 colors available. This is all black, which is my personal favorite. There's also a black pink version. Yep, Alpine Stars absolutely did it. Now moving on and staying with our riding shoe contingent, this is really what I would consider a technical sneaker. This is the TCX Women's X-Wrap WP. The WP means it's waterproof, it's full height. So again, you're looking really 3 to 4 seasons if you want it. CE rated, full grain leather throughout, 1 color available, and you're looking around the $180 mark. If we see it, it has a great distress to it, and you're gonna say, wow, that really looks like a sneaker, but when you've put it on, you'd be shocked at how supportive it is. It's comfortable enough, it's right on that line of being comfortable enough to walk around in every day, but when you're riding, you're not feeling like you're riding in a pair of sneakers. Great toe, ankle, and heel support, and again, one of the first boots in this technical sneaker category to really carry that CE rating. It's a big foundational point for TCX out of Italy, and again, 2 colors of laces, and it meets the style of a lot of riders. We have a lot of RevZilla ladies that are wearing this to work every day under a pair of jeans, and you'd never know it until they hopped on their bike that it was a riding shoe. Great mix of style and functionality from TCX. Now, staying in the TCX camp, we go from riding sneaker to full height classic touring boot. And TCX is an Italian manufacturer, but the TCX Women's Aura boot, which is also waterproof, really carries that classic American touring style. If we look at it, full height, great protection all the way up the shin. It's gonna be a hard part protector that's baked into this boot, CE rated, and it's gonna be full grain leather. One of the other key components you're gonna start to see in these fuller height touring boots, and this guy comes in right around that $219 mark, is the heel is raised. We know that at times a lady's inseam could be shorter compared to their seat height, so what we start to see the better manufacturers doing, Dainese, TCX, Daytona, they're gonna give you a little bit of a raise in the heel. The Aura has 3 centimeters, which again creates a little bit of lift, bridging that gap, and again, it's constructed really well. From a fit side of things, all of these boots are gonna have a size chart associated with them. Like I said, they're gonna follow the ladies' ergonomic fit scheme, and if there were any surprises, we'd be calling them out. They really fit within what's to be expected for a normal American lady's foot. Now, again, this is the TCX Women's Aura 219. This is our classic touring waterproof all-season option. Now, moving over, I go from 219 and I jump up closer to that $300 mark. This is the Dainese Svelta GTX, and there's 2 big things that change when you get into Dainese here with the Svelta. The first one is the styling is dramatically different. Dainese hangs its hat on premium Italian style, fashion-inspired, met with moto functionality. Still CE rated, still full grain leather, and now you have Gore-Tex, which is the highest degree of waterproof and breathability. That's really part of what you're paying for here. Waterproof, breathable, breathable, guaranteed for life, the best chance to stay dry and stay comfortable, and Gore-Tex guarantees that forever. If we look at it, we have some Dainese logoing. You still have a hard shell shin protector that goes all the way up, and that's going to be thermoformed and baked in, so it's not on the outside of the boot. Great support along the toe box, and again, it even marries nicely with a heel counter in the back that you can't really see, and an elasticated accordion stretch panel, again, giving you a rock solid comfort scheme. I look at this boot and I think that it functions exactly the same as the TCX Women's Aura, really in that 3 to 4 season category, but better from a waterproofing and breathability standpoint, and it makes a very different statement. Now, from touring and Italian style touring, I'm gonna take a stark change and we're gonna go into the track. This is a brand new boot from Alpinestars. This is the Stella SMX6 WP. Now there's a waterproof version of the Stella SMX6, and this is really their track day and hardcore sport riding boot. If we look at it, great external protection at the toe, at the shin, on the lateral side, that hinge that's going to protect your ankle. You have a WP version around the $300 mark. If you don't want the waterproofing version, which again comes in a few colors, you can step back to $269 and go with the Stella SMX6, the regular version, or the vented version, which is going to be better for 3-season hot weather riding. Again, great for sport riding, aggressive sport riding on the street, and it gets you to the track. If you want something a little bit more technical to get you to the track, if you're thinking more of that race, if you're a little more hardcore, you can always go with something like the CD Vertigo around that $300 mark, which steps up one more degree of functionality and technicality. But for where they've come and where they were with the SMX5, the SMX6 from Alpinestars, in our opinion, is the staple within this category. And when the regular versions were around last year, people really voted that way. A lot of reviews on this product. Go check it out. Now, last up on the table, we go super hardcore and we go touring and adventure in a multi-season capacity. And the landscape, I will tell you, is very light for boots that are this technical. This is the Daytona Lady Star GTX. So the GTX, we see Gore-Tex coming into play again. Again, waterproof, breathable, guaranteed for life, but the key difference here is this is a handmade boot out of Bavaria from a company that only makes boots, and we consider it the Rolls-Royce of touring and adventure for ladies, and the men's version, that Roadstar, is that same category on the guy's side. Full grain leather all the way up. Lots of flexibility, lots of area for comfort where you need it, but the protection in the toe, in the ankle, in the heel is really unmatched. There's also on the back wings for adjustability around the calf. You have the ability to fine-tune this boot, and on the inside of the boot, it's a dual cuff closure. Just like we see the most high-end gloves go dual cuff, where there's almost a gaiter for waterproofing, this boot has an inner booty that your gaiter of your pant would go over, and then the outer booty would come up, creating a different degree of sealing for Mother Nature for long distance riding. If you told me you were going to ride your bike around the world, I would tell you buy a pair of Daytona Lady Star GTXs. It is the best of what's available. And keep in mind too, for ladies, if you're thinking that hardcore about your gear, think about the C3 Pro, which is going to be the modular helmet that is ergonomic for women, and the C3 Pro Women's is going to be the best bet if you're going with that 12GS or F800 GS style of contingent. So all in, the next step in your journey is to click right here, read rider reviews, watch detailed breakdown videos of all of the ladies' boots that I've showed you. Remember, I'm a guy, I'm tech, I'm geek, and I know my stuff, and we've compiled our data based on our riding, our research, our expert opinion to help you make an upgrade or swap out your gear. But see what other lady riders are saying about all of the products that we've covered today as our best of. Also, keep in mind, this is part of our larger guide series at RevZilla.com. We covered ladies' gloves and ladies' boots. Go check out our ladies' jackets guides, but we also cover helmets, jackets, gloves, boots, tires. We're covering the full gamut to help you narrow down your choices in each category. As always, we're going to ship for free over $39, and if you want to talk to a lady gear geek, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our 2015 Women's Motorcycle Gloves and Boots Buyer's Guide at RevZilla.com. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.